Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we're reviewing Tom Clancy's The Division for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. The game was developed by Ubisoft Massive and published by Ubisoft. The game is out now for $59.99 US or $99.95 Australian at your local retailer. So pinch me, cause I'm probably dreaming, but after more than 2 years of delays, Tom Clancy's The Division is finally out. The game marks probably one of the most radical changes in direction for the Tom Clancy franchise, a shoot-and-loot third-person cover shooter RPG hybrid with just enough realism to still be called a Tom Clancy title. Manhattan has been split into two main zones in The Division, the safer area of the city being designated for PvE and the infected dark zone where PvP is a constant threat. The PvE zones is everything you would expect from an RPG. There are a ton of side quests salted liberally around the map that serve as a source of extra experience, and dungeons serve as the game's main storyline. Players gain more skills, perks, and talents by expanding the Division base of operations. Since players can slot in new skills and talents between combat, there isn't much need for rolling new characters to experience different playstyles. The PvE zones are a solid draw, with plenty to keep people occupied as they run the loot treadmill. The gunplay is definitely on the arcadey side, with enemies being able to soak several hits before going down. On the flip side, the player is about as tough as the enemy, so make sure you stay in cover. In the Dark Zone, agents will not only have to deal with tougher NPC enemies, but also the possibility that other agents will go rogue and start PvPing. The whole area is a risk and reward gamble, with better rewards in general at the cost of being able to only carry a small number of contaminate items at one time. To extract these items, players need to actually run to an extraction zone to summon a helicopter to send the items for decontamination. The catch is the helicopter can only haul out 4 players worth of gear at a time, and the entire map will know when a player is calling for extraction, making them a ripe target for piracy. The zone has its own currency and leveling system, which helps balance the PvP a bit. There's a currency and XP penalty for dying inside the Dark Zone, and an even bigger one for dying after going rogue. But survive the rogue timer, and there's a big bonus waiting for you. The whole system really encourages players to attack the most opportune moments, making for some tense gameplay that means if you're not really friends with your party member, you have plenty of reason to only trust them so far. The plot for Tom Clancy's The Division is standard Tom Clancy fare. A weaponized smallpox virus is unleashed on New York City during the Black Friday sales frenzy. The city becomes crippled, with the quarantine practically shutting down the entire city. All forms of government has essentially fallen to the chaos, with the original wave of Division agents sent to stabilize the cities having disappeared. Players take on the role of an agent as part of the second wave, assigned to finish the job left behind by the first wave and to investigate what on earth is going on in New York City. The game's story is solid and enjoyable. I was really impressed with the writing. The collectibles give players a great view of New York City just after the spread of the virus and gives the story a real human element to it. The audio visuals in the game are solid. The soundtrack and the sound effects are excellent and are exactly what you expect from a AAA title. The voice acting is great, though I wish there was more voice acting for the NPCs, as you'll hear the same lines spoken in a very small window. Seems like the game is a bit glitchy when it comes to triggering the right audio file, as sometimes the JTF NPCs will call out the wrong faction name, and civilians will panic as if you were aiming a gun at them when you were just innocently running by. The graphics are an absolute show stealer. Manhattan has been lovingly recreated with a great amount of detail, even down to the believable ads on the bus shelter. Mix that with the gorgeous Snowdrop engine the game is running on, and you've got the closest thing to being in New York City without actually being there. I think Tom Clancy's The Division may be Ubisoft's best new IP in recent memory. The gameplay is a blast, the audio visuals is excellent, and the story is enjoyable. So I'm awarding the game 9 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off.